Hello, and thanks for joining me again for Live Your Abundant Life, Your Time with your coach, Aya Fabarinelli. I'm so excited to share with you my success strategy for today. Makes all the difference in the world. Not just you hearing it, but you actually putting this into use, right? Applying it in your life. So, what I'm going to be sharing with you today is an acrostic for lead. L-E-A-D, lead. How do you lead yourself? In the line of work that I'm in, I'm often working with people who are choosing to take their lives to the next level, who have determined that they either want to make more money, or they want more joy, or they want better relationships. Maybe it's a personal relationship in terms of an intimate romantic relationship, or maybe it's with their children, or maybe with their parents or friends. But these are people who are saying, I want more. Maybe it's even, improving their health. And I share with them that's this acrostic that I'm going to share with you that's also found in my latest best-selling book, Live Your Abundant Life. So the acrostic, I'm going to tell you what each letter stands for, and then I'm going to break it down, right? So the L in lead stands for love. The E in lead stands for educate. The A in lead stands for act. And the D in lead stands for distinguish. So let's break down what all of that entails, right? So, if you truly want to get your life to the next level, whatever goal you've set as you round out, maybe you're at the beginning of the year, maybe you're towards the end of your quarter, wherever you are right now when you're listening to this, you may have things that you're working on, things that you desire. If you want success, you have to choose to lead yourself. A lot of times we want to focus on the externals, what's not working for us, who hasn't followed through in the way that we expected that they would. But I tell you that when you apply this acrostic, you're going to see things dramatically change in your life. So let's start with the L. Love yourself. How do you take yourself to that next level if you're not yet at a place where you can love and appreciate who you are just as you are? That includes how you communicate with yourself. We are constantly talking to ourselves. It's this internal self-talk. And for many of us, that self-talk is very negative. Like, we say things to ourselves that we would never openly say about another human being. Don't believe me? Have you ever looked in the mirror and just disparaged yourself? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe, look at how you look at your eyes, or you look so ugly, or whatever. You didn't say it out loud, but you thought it. And the effects are the same, right? So first and foremost, if you really want to take your life to the next level, you've got to choose to love who you are. Even though you may not be the version of yourself that you really want to be, this is a great time to just start learning to affirm who you are, to recognize the skills and the talents that you have, to recognize how far you've come from where you used to be, to recognize just those innate things, qualities about yourself, and to then embrace them and hone them. So the L is for love. How do you show yourself love? How do you take care of yourself? How do you esteem yourself, right? The E stands for educate yourself. Listen, there is a reason why across the world, when one group of people are in power, they try to withhold education and information from other groups. Why? Because they understand the power in being educated. They understand the power that is innate in knowledge. Now, you have to apply that knowledge, but that power to educate yourself is huge. So let's say right now your credit score is nowhere where you want it to be. And if you're not in the United States and you don't deal with credit score, just in general, your credit worthiness is not where you want it to be. Your bank account does not reflect where you need it to be, so that you can feel free, you can feel like you have options. My question then would be for you, how educated are you about money and financial matters? So when I went to college, the idea was go to college, get a great degree, and go out and get a great job so you can make great money. But what was missing in all of that was, once you are making that money, how do you effectively handle money so that you maybe can get to a place where money is working for you and you're not just working for money? Now, I can moan and gripe and complain about what was missing in my education, or I can take the onus upon myself to now educate myself about money. Same thing with relationships. Where are you lacking in your life? We happen to live in the information age, and that means any information you're looking for is probably just a click away. If you're fortunate enough to be on technology, we have access to technology, which I know you are because you're watching me right now. And so you can look at any area in your life where you want to be at a different place, and you can choose to specifically educate yourself. I think I read somewhere that if you would just read one book a month on a particular topic, in 5 years, you will be in the top 1% in the world in terms of knowledge in that subject area. In 5 years. Now, how many of us have already wasted 10, 15, 20 years of our lives? Where will you be in 5 years, for instance, if you took whatever issue was bothering you the most now, and every month you committed to reading at least one book, digesting that information, and you did it for the next 5 years? What could it mean if you catapult yourself to that top 1% in the world in terms of knowledge in that subject area? So if you want to lead yourself from where you are to the next place you want to be, you must commit to educating yourself. And it's nobody else's responsibility, it's yours. Now, the A in lead stands for act. Act on your instincts. Act on what you learn, right? So it's one thing for me to educate myself to have all this knowledge and then not apply it. The act means that I have this information and now I do something about it. That when I hear, oh, wait a second, I should try and live on 70% of what I make so I can save the other 30%, that I don't just hope that it happens just by chance, but I actually start to look at who's done this and how did they make it happen for them so that I can act on that information and recreate that in my life. This book actually, Reclaim Your Life Guidance for Wives at the Crossroads, does just that in terms of marriages. If you're in a really bad place, male or female, particularly I spoke to women in this book, but it applies to both genders, and you say, you know what, I want to learn a little bit more. What I can do differently with my marriage. What is it that differentiates a great marriage from a marriage that's struggling, that's miserable, right? This is a book, this is a way you can educate yourself. But what I've done with this book is you not just get information, I'm encouraging you to now act on that information, to actually apply it in your life so that you can reap the dividends. And finally, the D in lead stands for distinguish yourself. You know, the world is so full of mediocrity. It's like we've gotten so used to just being in our comfort zone. But nothing really grows out of just being in a comfortable place. And so if you truly want to take yourself from one level to the next level, you must mentally make that decision to start to distinguish yourself in what you do. That means that when you get up to do something, you're not doing it for it to just be good enough, right? You're not doing it to just skate by. You're not taking a test to just pass. You're not going to work just to keep a job. You're actually saying, how can I come in here and bring the best of who I am, and with all that uniqueness that's in me, distinguish myself, elevate myself, show myself to be a different breed of person. And let me tell you, when you do that, doors open for you. When people realize that you come in prepared, when people realize that you are one who they can always count on to go that quote unquote extra mile, absolutely things happen for you in your life and around you. And that's what's going to help get you to that very next level. So if you are saying, I'm dissatisfied with any area of my life, it is time to lead yourself. Love yourself, educate yourself, act on the information that you've gotten, and choose to distinguish yourself. I hope that you would really apply what you've heard today, and I can't wait to hear your results. If this has helped you any, please share it with other people, and also please leave your comments because we definitely want to hear back from you. Like what you've heard? Subscribe to my channel and do it right now. And be sure to invite your friends as well. And then visit my website at www.ayaanelli.com. That's AYAENELI.com.